G'day, welcome back. What we're going to do now is we've managed to get ourselves leveled up. We've eaten all of our shards and we've got ourselves leveled up to 7 dexterity and 15 strength, which means we've got half what we need to wield this, which means we can wield this thing two-handed. So what I'm going to do now is make a run for make a little run for our big weapon and just get that sorted out early on. So we're going to come down here into Hades Tower before we do anything else. You certainly don't have to do this. You know, you'd be crazy to do it, and you can see all the blood stains here from people who've had a go. But I reckon, you know, we're not actually going through the area. We're just going to go and take out the boss. That's all we're going to do. Now, if we take out this first boss, it makes the area a bit more difficult for the second boss, but that's okay. I'm emotionally comfortable with that. So come down here, yank this thing, and it opens up the sluice gates. Whew, stinks a bit down here. It's a bit raw. Okay. Come over here and grab the useful soul and the completely useless broken shield, broken sword thing that they keep throwing around Dark Souls for some reason. And have a look at this. Have a look at this palaver. There's the Tower of Flame. And there, now down here we've got a bunch of different types of enemies. These wallers here are Hade Knights. They're tough. Those big bastards over there, equally tough, but slow. So you got a chance of actually whittling around behind them. Now run down here and try and light the bonfire before he comes down after you. If you do, it resets him. Resetting him's not a bad idea, because if you reset him, then you get to control the encounter, and you can come around behind him and you just don't get too greedy. I got a little bit greedy. Remember, we don't have a shield, so we take him out. You're going to get a few souls from these guys. If you want at the start of the game, it's a good place to come and do some farming. Now, farming is where you just kill people that are going to respawn again and again like that. Now, this one's a bit harder. He moves faster, and he does that. And he hit with all 3 of those. You want him to do that attack, because then you got a chance. If he tracks around you, which he can of course do, and it's hard. I find it really challenging if he does that. Pick up the soul. Oh, did we pick up any shields at all? No, we didn't pick up a shield. Alright, we're going to have some fun. Alright, when you knock him off, it opens up this little handle here. And if you look straight ahead, you can see a dais there, but you can fall off it. Now, that's a way to cheese this boss, is to actually have him just fall to his death. But I don't want to do that. I want to fight him. So, if you pull this, it raises up the floor. See? There's that floor. There it is coming up. Robert's your father's brother. All good. Now, there's a little summon down there. I'm going to go and grab him because I don't have a shield. So the next bit's kind of challenging without a shield, because you've got a number of different bosses to cope with. And he's only going to be little, but we might be able to get a bit of help. Now, you know I'm a huge fan of Jolly Cooperation, and Jolly Cooperation, of course, in this case is always going to beef up the difficulty a little bit, but it's more about distracting these guys. There's 3 large giant knights who are going to come at you, and you know you can do it. The easy way to do it is to hide in the corner and let them all just fall off, but I haven't got a shield, so I can't really make that happen. So let's hope this guy's got a little bit about him. He looks like he's going to be dual wielding. Looks like he's super keen. Let's go. What are you doing drinking Estus? You just got here, mate. So you can dual wield in this game, where you just it's got a mechanic that didn't happen in Dark Souls 1 and it doesn't come back again in Dark Souls 3, because in my opinion it's a pretty silly mechanic, but it exists. Okay, so you got to come in here and you're going to get all of them. The advantage of dual wielding is that you hit harder. Oh. Ah, no. Oh, how he missed me is beyond me. All right. So when you hit, once you've hit them, you're going to open this up, which I'm going to do just in case my helper should die suddenly. All right, let's go this way. Oh, thanks very much, mate. Good on you. Let's go down this way, great. Come here, Cobbs. You don't need to worry about those guys. They won't move. They won't hurt you if you don't hurt them. The only one you've got to worry about at this stage is this mongrel over here. See? He does that. That's the worst attack. Ow. They all hurt. Gray, are you as helpful as you could be? The answer is no. You're not as helpful as you could be. Alright, we're not going to worry about that ring at the moment. We're going to come down here and do that later on. But for the moment, we're going to run through here and we're going to fight this boss. Now, this guy hits hard. You can see there he's doing a lot of damage. And now Shade is gone. That's okay. Come on, mate. Hit him. You mind hitting him? Ow. I've got no stamina with this. Oops. Come on, Masterless Glencore. So you just keep circling around behind him, or at least I do. He's going to do 3 of those. Alright. Well, it's not a bad hit. It finally did some damage. So we've got him halfway down. Ow! I got the full force of that and that hurt. Alright. Ow. One more. That's it. Great work, mate. Good on ya. Alright, you can see we pick up a ton of souls for that, so if you do want to come down here early on and cheese him by doing a little trick, you can pick up 12,000 souls. Very useful. What we're going to do is take all those souls, and we're actually going to use them before we move on, but before we go and use them, come and say hello to this lady here. Her name's Lycia. Come and say hi. G'day, Lycia.
Are you from these parts?
Yeah.
My name is Lycia. I have come to spread the art of miracles, a practice of which I am a disciple.
Well, that sounds pretty reasonable.
I can see that you are well suited to comprehend their wondrous power.
Oh, it's very nice of you to say.
Cost of it, that's real hard to decide.
She sells Cleric's Chime, something that boosts your faith, and she sells miracles. Sadly, in this game, miracles are a bit junk.
Just
defensive ones are pretty good.
I'd heard the king gone. The earth, ravaged. The burden on the people weighs heavy.
Sure does, for, you know, we're suffering.
By now, they may have scarce room in their hearts for miracles.
I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you.
Do I need any other reason than to spread the gospel of miracles? My preceptor always said this art should be shared with the world, and such is my only wish.
Oh, good on ya.
Sometimes I fight the urge to pack up.
At least you're not a grifter.
It is... well, I must do this.
Is saint too strong a word?
Here all alone only makes this a more fitting test of my fortitude. I expected this cathedral to be bustling, but there's hardly a soul to be found here. Without any goings-on, I'll have to move soon to a place I could gull the...
What? Hello. Sprung.
Need for
Place you could gull. Yeah. Hello, you think you're going to trick me? Yeah, well, I'm untrickable, lady. So Alicia, although she sells miracles, and if you want a faith build, if you want some miracles, go and buy some from her. You actually need later on to pay her a bit of scratch to be able to move through the game. What we're going to do is spend it all on strength. Now we need to get, for the weapon we're hoping to get our hands on, we actually need 10 dexterity. So we're going to take it up to, we'll take it up, what do we need eventually? 28, so we can take it up to 19. We really could do it at 15, 16. There we are. Now what I'm going to do is what's called a suicide run. And I'll show you what that means. Hopefully it's not a suicide run. Hopefully it's going to be just a run. But we're going to get to the next little bonfire of an entire area that we are in no way ready to cope with yet. We're not strong enough. But what I'm going to do is just race for a particular weapon. Just run at it. So come down here. Down the side. Spirally staircase, nothing up the top level down there, but you can see as you're swinging around the bottom, there's a little present. Pick up the monastery charms. I never end up using these kind of things, and you can see we're in some sort of castle-y, cathedral-y kind of clobber. Alright, once you've taken him out, wait for him to fall, come around down the end here and there's some little presents for you. So, human effigy, dark troches, souls, very helpful. The old knight halberd, which we can't use because it requires lots of dexterity. And down we go. Before we head to the right, which is where we are going, up to the left, got an old friend. A heavily armed cyan knight. Now usually you only see these mongrels when there's something good going on. Oh. Ah, missed it. I'm hoping for a backstab. That's it. I'm hoping for that. Because we hit pretty hard. Oh, what's he dropped? Look at that. He dropped a green blossom. Bless him. And in here, grab this little chesty poos because, look at that, eh? Sublime Blown Dust. That's going to turn our our Estus Flask into a +1 Estus Flask, which is cooler because it's +1. So someone's been down here lighting up the torches. So it's not entirely dead. And we got ourselves a lift. So always ride a lift. This one's going down. Usually means bad things, and in our case that's absolutely the case. So ride this little beast down. While we are doing that, I'm going to put something up here. I'm going to put the Homeward Bones up there because we're going to use them. Alright, watch out for this guy. and just run straight past. Don't look to your left. You need to get a special fragrant branch of yaw to go in there and cope with what's in there. We're not going to do that. Instead, we're just going to come straight up here, strip down a little bit and do our suicide run. Now, we aren't anywhere near strong enough to do anything useful in this area. So I'm going to go to Majula, spend my souls because I expect to die, and I'm emotionally okay with that. But when we die, what we want to make sure we're doing is come here, come and say hi. Now we need to get our vitality up so we can actually carry heavy things. Alright. Okay, looking good. So, let's get rid of that and that and that. We're running fast now. Now this is a straight run. When I get to where I'm going, I'm actually going to Homeward Bone out of there. Now the plan is, if you're lucky to be able to do it, rest at bonfire, light your torch, and we're off. We're off to the races. You need a torch because there are some baddies up the top that are particularly nasty. Oh, my torch went out, mongrel. So I've got to go back. And I've got to do it again. Okay. Okay, alright. We'll do it again. So just rest. Don't roll through the water because water puts out torches. Are you serious? I've only got 4 minutes on my torch. Okay, we really are pushing it. Alright, that's okay. Run across here again. Run across here again. And run through all this stuff. Now in front of us is a stairwell. We're running right up the top of that stairwell. And around to the left and straight upstairs. And more around to the left, you're going to see great big monsters. Don't worry about them. Some of them are scared of fire, which works in our favour. Open up a door. Hopefully they haven't come alive. Upstairs. Straight over here. There's a door. Open it and hopefully get in. Alright, you've got a good chance to go for the middle one. Grab it. Homeward Bone. And we're out of here. Made it. Okay. So that's what we wanted to get. We're going to go straight back to Majula because we don't want to be hanging around here yet. We're nowhere near buff enough to be hanging around here. We haven't even started the game yet. We're just a purple guy with a white beard looking to have some fun. Okay. Now what we've picked up is the greatsword. So this build, what I want him to do is just to be carrying heavy things, but that's the sword. Not bad. We can wield it two-handed and we can roll. That's great. Can we wear anything else? Can we wear our tunic and roll? We can. That's great. Look at that. So this thing here actually is a really good strength weapon down the game. It becomes one of the strongest ones. It gets an S scaling in strength. We can only use it two-handed because we don't have this. You require 28 strength to wield this thing one-handed, and we don't have that yet. But this is the moveset. The R1, big slam down. Do it again and it lifts up, and both those things do a lot of damage. R2, lovely golf swing. Boom. The rolling R1 is a poke, which is a nice little move that didn't have in previous ones. And the rolling R2 is a slam. Whack! Lovely big golf swing. So there you go. We've got our boy. We've got our sword. And what we're going to do now is we want to be looking at getting our levels up. So if you have a look at where we're at, we're really weak in terms of vigour, endurance, all those things. We're really, really weak. So what we want to do is slowly but surely be lifting our game. So we're not going to go to any of those areas we've already done. You can check if there's a particularly strong summon sitting out there waiting to help you take out a dragon, but my guess is there isn't, and we shouldn't. Oops, we don't want that one. Maybe we want that one. So the second boss that's here, now that you've killed the Dragon Rider, I just thought I'd show you this before we head on with a normal game. Yeah, there's nobody here. Those guys up there, you can see them standing up. All the Haid Knights are now enemies. They're all going to come right at you. And it's a great place to farm them if you want to get their set, or if you want to grab their sword. They've got a straight sword that dishes a bit of life if you're into that sort of thing. We're not. We like to hit heavy things. Okay, so we come over here and we've already looked at the blacksmith and we know he can't get in. We've got to buy his key somewhere. We know that we're not necessarily early on going to be using hexes or anything like that, or any magic, so we're going to need a bow and arrow. And for a bow and arrow we need 12 dexterity for a short bow. So one of our first priorities is going to be getting that, because at 12 dexterity we can actually start to do some useful things. Now round to your right, remember that's the chest we picked up. Straight down here, you got a nice big wall. Open up this gate. Slowly but surely. And the thing that's interesting about this building, I reckon, is that even though they're buggered off, everything's still working. Seems a little unlikely to me. But there you go. What do I know? Oh, what I do know is that we need to use our Sublime Bone Dust. We'll do it later. It's all right. So when you come down here, you've got options. You can walk straight across there and across that little careful thing there. I like to go down here and get that bad boy. Oh, do it without dying if you can. Homeward Bone and a soul. Very helpful at this early stage, especially as we are weak as water. Excusing the pun. I don't want to fight him, so I'm going to come up the side. We're nice and strong. So with this weapon we're going to one-shot a few of these guys, which is great. Two shots for the ones that have got a bit of armour on them. And remember, we've got to use our sword as a shield at the moment. So just keep that in mind. There's lots and lots of punters. One of them over there sending annoying arrows. So what I like to do is bring them all back in here, one by one. They will follow you. And if you can do that, you got a good chance in there. Got an Axeman. Really? Oh, I've stuffed it up. Uh-oh, get out of here. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Okay. Out. Alright. Whew. Okay. A little bit better. Now we've only got that arrow guy who's really starting to get on my nerves. So, whack him. Thank you for the throwing knife, comma, you mongrel. Down round the corner. Watch out, you got a little soul down there. Very helpful for someone who has no health, no vitality, no nothing except a big sword and a lot of big ideas. Now, the thing to remember with our big sword is you have to hit. If you miss, you don't have a horizontal swing. We're going to get one later that does, because I prefer to have a nice horizontal swing. But at the moment, we don't. Now, in this space, everyone is actually alive. They look dead, they're not dead. They're alive. He's alive. And they are all alive. See? He'll come back if we asked him. Now, you want to try and make a jump here. It's an annoying jump. You're going to run and jump off the edge. Like that. Worth it, because you pick up another soul and 10 throwing knives. Be careful how you come down. Make sure you come down the side and you won't take much fall damage, if any at all. Alrighty, we're looking good. Come up here. Now we're going to go back the way we came there and up that set of stairs. As soon as you start going up the stairs, someone's going to start coming down. So don't worry about it. Just come back down again. Rude bastard. I was going up those stairs, mate. Me. Yeah. Reason we've come up here is not down there yet. Up the side here, there's another soul. These little souls early in the game really add up. Okay, come along here. We're going to whack this guy. He's wearing full armour. And if you jump across this little jump here, you can come and grab the short sword and another soul. The short sword's particularly useful if you've got a dex build or you want to go and have a bit of dexterity action. Why anyone would want to do that, I don't really understand. But if it's the sort of thing you're into, and hey, you know, it's a big country, then you go right ahead. Now in here, it's very samey. It is walk up to the body, wait till it triggers, hit it with your big sword. They drop rubbish. They really drop absolutely nothing that's of any use whatsoever. There's a life gem there. Wake up, you mongrel. Dude with a shield had a little bit more in him. Pick up a human effigy. That's what the backstab looks like, and you can see he's dropped a throwing knife. That's not bad. Throwing knife's not too terrible. Pick up another broken straight sword. Another broken straight sword. And last one. I only hit him by accident with the other half. Oh, there's another one. Thank you for your boots. Long as you keep your weight under 70, you can roll like that. So we picked up a nice pair of boots. I'm going to put my throwing knives there. Oops, at least I'm going to try and put my throwing knives there, because you're going to want to use them in this area. Oh, mongrel. So lock on. Come in here. There's a guy in the corner. I'm surprised he can't hear us whacking around in here. Whoa! He can. There he is. Okay, through here. Roll and then roll back again. See, we need stamina to be able to swing this thing a few more than twice. Okay. Alright, come and grab this life gem. Very helpful, thank you very much. At this stage we need all the life gems we can get. And around to the corner. Oh man. It took me way too many of my precious knives. That attack there is the most annoying one. Oh, come on. There is a guy up there who can get you with a bow and arrow, and he will probably start. There he is. Come over here and grab the buckler, which is a little sort of dexterity shield. And we're nearly there. Up this. Which is good because we're out of Estus. Come down here, pretend to open that door and then change your mind because that guy. Mongrel. Pick up the little witching urns, witchy witchy woo, and in we go. Robert's your father's brother. Open her up. Jeez, flat out like a lizard drinking. Get in here. Not going to talk to any of these people just yet. Just going to head straight back to Majula, spend a penny, and I'll see you next time back here. See ya!